What's up, y'all? I'm out here at the range early this morning on a pretty cloudy day. Temperature's not too bad though, so it should be a pretty good day out here. I don't have any jelly testing on the agenda, but I am having some fun with my new Brazilian Bolty, the Taurus Expedition. Yes, sir. 308's guaranteed to put some dinner on your plate. All right, let's take us a quick look at this thing and then we'll go over there and have some more fun with it. So once again, what you're looking at here is the Taurus Expedition bolt action chambered in 308. Now this obviously is something very, very different from Taurus. I think they announced this and released this at this past SHOT Show. Might have been before then. I know it hadn't been real long. And when I first heard about it, I thought, what in the world are they? I mean, what are they thinking? Maybe it's some budget option or something like that, but it's really not. It's not really a budget option. I gave pretty much the same thing you give for any Remington 700 or any kind of style like this bolt action. So I wasn't really even gonna mess with the thing, but curiosity got the best of me. I just happened to be in my local shop the other day and we was messing with some bolt actions, feeling the action, trying to see which one was smoother. In there just bored doing just shop stuff. And we was messing with one high dollar one, I can't remember the brand, and it just felt terrible. And I was like, let me see that Taurus right there. And even this felt nice and smooth. So nice smooth action on this thing. We'll just start there. Now obviously it's a Remington 700 action, so tried and true, reliable, accurate action on this thing. Now once again, this one's chambered in 308, 18-inch barrel, but they do have a 6.5 Creedmoor version with a 20-inch barrel. So 18-inch barrel here, it is threaded. It comes with a threaded protector, but this has got a little AR Stoner from Midway muzzle brake on it. Hammer forged barrel, it is spiral cut. You can see they're really shallow, not real deep, which I personally like. Same on the bolt here. Now this is a deeper cut, but you got a spiral cut bolt there. You got a 1 in 10 right hand twist on it. As far as the stock, really nice composite stock. It's got a kind of cutout right here, scalloped, I guess you would say. That's for like your vices or some kind of tripod or rest like that. Now it doesn't really make a difference on my lead sled out here, but I do have another Caldwell. I think it's a precision turret, something like that, that would fit perfect right there. Now flipping over to the bottom there, you got a sling swivel stud on the front here. You've got some M-lock slots, and you've got this actual proprietary Spartan precision socket right here. Not sure why they chose to go with that. Not that it's not good stuff, but it's very expensive stuff and it is proprietary. So I don't know what the reason. I'm assuming it's some kind of business decision. Another really nice thing is it has AICS pattern magazine. So if you got some other Bolties or whatever that takes this AICS 308 mags, interchangeable mags there. Over here you can see your safety selector, and you've got a cocked bolt there indicator. I think, yeah, it's already cocked. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but red on the top there. So you got a couple of indicators there. Back here on the back, you got a nice thick rubber recoil pad, another sling swivel stud here, nice cheek riser built in. And I really like this grip right here. It's very thick. Some people may not care much for that, but I really like that. Now it does come drilled and tapped, but you don't get a rail or anything, so you have to get your own rail. I've got a 3 to 12 Hawk on this one right here. Very nice clear optics on this Hawk for sure. And then I guess really the last thing to talk about will be the trigger. Very nice trigger on this thing. I mean, super nice. It's fully adjustable from 3 to 5 pounds. It supposedly comes from the factory at 3.5, and I mean, there's no take up. Like there's literally zero take up. I can't get any take up. And oh, such a nice crisp brake, no over travel at all. You can adjust the weight and the over travel, but again, there's zero take up, y'all. Brake and zero over travel. Very nice trigger on this thing. Now of course, like most of these things these days, they give you a sub MOA guarantee. Anybody with any sense out there knows that's mostly dependent on the person behind the trigger, so who knows what'll happen out here. I don't have the best setup, y'all know. I've got a few different kinds of rounds out here. This is mainly what I'm going to be running, this 147 grain FMJ arms core, just because I've got hundreds and hundreds of rounds of this stuff. And then maybe we'll do a grouping with the 150 core lock soft point there, and then I've got some heavier stuff, 178 Hornady Precision Hunter with the ELDX stuff. All right, let's see if we can get it more or less dialed in out there to 100. I'm using these same arms core 147 grain FMJ that I showed y'all earlier, so we'll see what happens here. Now, again, I got all kind of excuses out here. It's shady down there. My table's wobbly. I mean, y'all do see what I'm dealing with here, though. I ain't looking for incredible, extreme precision, though. I just want to get me a decent group out there. Oh, I got a little limb right in the doggone way, too. I can deal with that, though. Let's see what we get with these arms cores. I don't even know where that's at. I don't even see it on the paper. We'll put a few and go down there and look. I think I do see it high left. Yeah, I think they're both high left. So let's put a few down there. That's a little left and kind of even right there. I mean, was that 4? That was 4. Let's just run all of them, I guess. I wasn't gonna run all of them, but let's just run them all. I tell you, this table's wobbly. I ain't doing any of this no justice, but we just having some fun. All right, let me go down there and check out what I got. All right, let's check this out down here, y'all. I'm really not too mad about this right here for something right out of the box, just with a bore sight. And I actually forgot to laser sight the thing at the house, so I had to, this morning, I just pulled the bolt and looked down the barrel. So I got it this close. I ain't mad at all about that. That one right there was probably me trying to compensate just instinctively because I knew I was left. But these over here ain't too bad. What is that, 2 3/4? Yeah, about 2 3/4. So again, that would absolutely get the job done. I might not win any kind of contest out there competitively, but that would definitely get the job done. So I'm gonna kind of split the difference right there and make just a little bit of adjustment and reset here. All right, I moved this over to the right and down 2 inches both ways. So I feel like that's a good happy medium where I was at down there. I just wanted to get it a little bit closer over there to the right mainly. So 5 rounds of the same arms core ammo. Ooh, that was a little low. I don't know if that was me. That could have been me. Let's try to see what happens here. Yeah, I think that first one was me actually. Plus, I'm not really taking my time out here. I really gotta get me a good tabletop built. I know I keep saying that. I'm not sure about that one. I think that one might have dropped low. Yeah, that one definitely dropped low. I was holding right on right there. I know I had a super good hold right there. I'm not real happy about that change right there. Let me go check it real quick. All right, y'all, I think I might have been a little too hasty with that elevation change down there. So I actually gave back all 2 inches. I moved it back up to 2 inches that I changed it. All of them look pretty low. As far as the windage though, the windage look pretty good down there. I was happy all except one I pulled to the right again, it looks like, for whatever reason. So I'm gonna send 5 more of these and then I think we're gonna be good right here. I'm gonna leave it right here and we're gonna move on to something different. But let's see what we can do with this last little adjustment here. Ooh, I think that's right on the money. That was a good hold. Ah, that was a little low. I think that was low too. Maybe that first one was actually high and I am grouping low still. Let's see. Get these others in there. All right, one more here. Not the best, but I don't think that's too bad. I think any of that error down there now that's kind of off from the group there is probably my own error and this setup error right here. So let's go down there and check that out and see what it looks like. All right, let's check this one out down here, y'all. I'm definitely happier with where this one's grouped at now. I still might not win any kind of competition awards here. What are we looking at? 2.5? center to center. Yeah, that's 2.5. I think that's the biggest. Yeah, that's a little less. So 2.5 MOA down here. Again, I ain't winning any kind of competition, but I'll take this right here all day long. I think I'm grouped pretty good. Maybe still favoring a little bit low, but I'm gonna go with that for now. All right, y'all, before I get groups on these 3 different rounds, let's see what they'll do to some watermelons out there. So I've got 1 of each loaded up. First, we've got the Arms Core 147 grain, then the Remington Core Lock 150 grain, and then this Hunter Precision Hunter Hornady 178 grain. This right here is saying 2600 at the muzzle. It's the fastest, even though it's the heaviest. So we'll see what it does. I got a feeling, being that this is 308, we probably ain't gonna notice a whole lot of difference, but let's see what they do here. That was a good one. That was the soft. Here's the ELDX. I'd say those last 2 were about equal. I think you could tell the difference though between those last 2 and that FMJ. All right, y'all, it's starting to get swampy quick out here now that sun's come out from behind the clouds, so I gotta pick up the pace. I'm gonna do a few little groups on these same rounds here, the same order. Arms Core first, the Remington Core Lock, and then the ELDX Hornady stuff. So I'm gonna go from left, start at the left corner and go clockwise out there and see what we do. Now, I don't expect anything award winning again, but it'll give me an idea of the impact anyway. That's what I'm kind of most curious about, is to see where these different rounds change the impact. I don't think they're gonna change a whole lot, but we'll see. Oh, pulled that a little bit for sure. I don't see those down there. I don't know where I'm at on that paper. That was right on. I mean, I was holding rock solid right there. So those low ones, I bet those low ones are just me. This padded tabletop, again, I'm gonna use this setup as an excuse because it really is detrimental, but I'm just having some fun out here. That was another excellent hold right there. So I think that was up kind of high too, where it should be, or level where it should be, I should say. All right, I believe all those are kind of low looking. Let me reload it and get the core locks going here. All right, let's see if we get any difference out of these core locks. I don't expect much as far as impact point. All right, let's see that one, a little bit low. I may need to come up with the sights on this just a little bit. All right. All right, I think all of those are a little bit low too, but they look like they group pretty good. Let me fill another one up with these ELDX to finish it out. All right, let's see what these fancy red tips will do out there. That's okay, we're going bottom right with these right here. I might be down a little too low down there on these. I think I do need to bring these sights up some. I can't see those on the, I don't even see those on the paper down there. These might be big time low. We'll see if I can figure out where they are when I get down there. Yeah, I don't see those. I bet all those have grouped low down there. Matter of fact, yeah, I know they're down off the board, so I'm gonna put this one right in the middle, just out of curiosity, y'all. I don't know. Let me go down here and see what we got. All right, mystery solved down here. Those heavy Hornadies were hitting low. I'll show you here in a second, but these actually don't look too terrible at all. Again, I ain't winning no contests out here today, but let me show you what we got. So this is the FMJ This is definitely the biggest one right here. So we're looking at 2.37. So I ain't mad about that FMJ. Now you'll notice all of them are a little bit low. So I am gonna move those sights up just a little bit. This one right here was the core lock, the Remington core lock. Right here, this looks to be the biggest one. Center to center, 1.76. And then this right here, that's a little bit bigger actually. A little bit bigger, 1.84 right there on the core lock. So I think that's pretty doggone good right there, y'all. 1.84, first time behind that thing out here on that wobbly table. I'm not a bit mad about that. But then the Hornady down here, you can see you got 1, 2, 3, 4 right there, and then 5 where I tried to line it up with that center just to see where it was at. Now I will say this is a big old group right here. Really, I mean, this is, what is that? That's probably 3+ inches right there. Yeah, that's 3.2. I mean, still nothing incredibly horrendous, but to this round's credit, I was kind of messing around up here trying to aim up high a little bit to see if I could get it on paper, so it probably would have been a little bit tighter. But looking at the windage here, I'm actually pretty happy with that. You can see the groups are right up under where they're supposed to be, so I'm good with that. I am gonna move things up just a click or two, and I think after that, it'll be good to go. All right, y'all, there has been an unacceptably low level of boom booms from this video right here. So let's see if we can end things off with a nice little trifecta. Gotta let the smoke clear from that one. I can't see the last one. That's what I'm talking about. All right, y'all, I think that's a good place to wrap it up for my first outing with this Brazilian Bolty. I actually really like this thing right here. It's plenty accurate for me, plenty capable out there. Guaranteed it's more capable than what I've shown out here. If you take it out like everybody else likes to show off stuff out in the middle of a wide open field, bright sunlight, steady concrete bench, I'm sure it can do better, but out here in real world circumstances, I ain't mad at all about what I got. Absolutely flawless performance from it out here today. I really didn't expect anything else. It's a Remington 700 action, so you got the reliability there. I know some people aren't the biggest fans of Taurus. You know, they may have had problems in the past. Quality assurance, you hear all kind of stuff. You know how people can be. I personally don't have anything bad to say about Taurus with any of their stuff I own. But let me know what y'all think about this Taurus Expedition down in the comments. Any of y'all out there actually already have one of these in 308 or 6.5 Creedmoor? Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. Like I always remind you, if you're looking to do any shopping, check out those affiliate links I've got in the video description. All kinds of really good stuff down there, and anything you pick up helps the channel, so I really appreciate that. Big thanks as always to all my Range Gang members and every single one of y'all for supporting the channel. I've got a couple more things planned for out here today, so make sure y'all stay on the lookout for that. And in the meantime, stay safe, stay prepared, and I'll see you soon.